The game itself, yes, absolutely. So, don't know exactly when we want to start thinking about football. So, from what moment in life? So, I'm 55. Since I play the game massively, it's good. I think the players benefit from the informations the coaches got over the years. When I think back on my career, how we got trained and how the players get now trained, that's a massive difference, and the outcome is a massive difference. Physically, tactically, the game involved a lot, of course, so that's great. Different system, different approaches. Still all about winning a football game, but there are obviously different ways to do that, and there's a big range. And yes, evolved, and absolutely in the right direction. The game. The fuss around, I'm not sure if that evolved in the right direction as well. So there are different things. So technology is very useful and good, and in some departments absolutely necessary. But in the end, it's about using it in the right way, because we still have to play the game, and there's technology they're not helping really in this moment. So it's all for preparing the boys in the best possible way. So there is again the physical part. What do we know about the boys? Which kind of informations do we get? How can we use them? As a tactical part, obviously, analyze is completely different. The opportunities were at completely different level to 2 years ago, and that's very important because it's all about getting the right informations. We use technology in other areas as well, and we believe in it. Like the Neuro 11 guys, for example, we believe 100% in it. But it's rather the long-term effect than a short-term. Not training on Monday and using it on Tuesdays. No, it's the other. It's we take a bit more time, but there's still space for some other inventions, because we have so many interesting things what I think actually a lot about, but it's I still wait for the right moment when I find the right things. How can we help the players to improve orientations, their orientation, these kind of things, which is probably the most important thing in football, when the player is technically skilled on an incredible level. So how can I help him that he can use that in the right moment? How can he get all the informations before? So many things. Very, very interesting, open field, still a lot to come. And yeah, but in the end, it's about the people. It's not only in the crowd a people's game, it's on a pitch as well a people's game. And we have to, if we as coaches would give the players all the informations we get through a week, that would confuse everybody. So in the end, you need one person who brings all together and gives the 2, 3, 4 right informations. And that's the job we have to do. Did you watch our last game, or what? Where is that question coming from? So yeah, I'm a big advocate of that, definitely, but I'm not sure that, I'm not sure how to say it now, that you have to stop the watch all the time and then you get the real time out of it, because that interrupts rhythm as well. There are two things in time wasting, and one the most that we don't see in our football, and the other thing is it interrupts rhythm, and that's maybe more the reason to do it, to be honest. And we faced an opponent who intentionally or not intentionally did that in the last game. So I really think we could use a very old school tool. It's the yellow card. You do the first time, early yellow card, you cannot do it again. Otherwise, you watch the game from the sidelines. So I really think that would be the best education to minimize it. I don't say that it's easy for the refs always, because a ref is not a doctor, so he cannot go there and have a look. By the way, are you really injured or not? And if he's not, and getting up after a minute and a half and has nothing and whatever, then giving them a yellow card is obviously difficult. But because it's part of sportsmanship, I would say if somebody would be something for the VAR as well, if it's really obvious, and we all see these situations where it's obvious, we still could handle it like this. But I think a part is really time wasting, should be much more punished with yellow cards. And in that moment, you change already the level of risk for the guy who wastes time. And I don't know, we all want to see as much football as somehow possible. The people pay for 95, 96 minutes, and if they then only get 60, that's obviously not exactly how it should be. Yeah, that's my idea. The top education football-wise and people-wise. So as a from a personality point of view and from a football point of view, real competitors, incredibly well coached in the youth, and maybe it's like on the transition from youth to first team football. Some of the best footballers in the world, not only Cristiano, but Bernardo Silva and others are from obviously from Portugal. Portugal, we all know, is a wonderful country, but not the biggest one. There are other big countries around, and it's really impressive. And through Pep Linders and Vitor Matos, I get obviously now much more insight in what they did when they worked for Porto. And the way they got coached, that's to the way what we did, not only when I was a kid, but even when I was already first team manager at Mainz, for example. Dortmund was a different level, but at Mainz, for example, and everybody tried to do the right stuff, by the way, and they are now really successful in the youth department, Mainz. But that time we started it, the difference between what they did 10, 15 years ago and what we did 10, 15 years ago is massive. A lot of things are done in a way that the kids don't realize that they work intense. Because of the creativity of the coaches. So I like that a lot. I thought, since I worked together with the two guys, I thought a lot, and it would be nice if I as a kid would have got this kind of training. Interesting. So I was an average player, but maybe I had potential for better. Who knows? With better coaches. My youth coach was the mailman, and Mr. Breithoff, with all respect, but he obviously just let us run, and yeah. Absolutely. So it's no coincidence. Years ago, again, as well, I had for a commercial thing, I went to Lisbon, and we had a look at where Luis Figo got raised. And when I saw where he grew up, that's now not a fancy area or whatever, but it was the houses were around. In the middle of these houses was a football pitch with flat lights, 5-a-side pitch. So, and putting that in Germany there, the people would shout out of the window at night and tell the people to calm down and be quiet because they want to watch telly. There, it was the other way around. Everybody was like there watching out the window and watching the football game. So that shows already when you can follow your dream and prepare fulfilling the dream already that early in such a supportive environment, I think you have a good chance to become a great player.